whatever you're doing. No. Julien.
Dink, dink.
Unplug your mic.
Welcome back to the Jenna Julien Podcast.
Oh,
we only need one mic in this house.
Oh,
we can
it's
share
Aries
mics.
season.
Let's share mics. But we actually used to do that. We'll talk about it later. This episode is brought to you by ClassPass, guys. ClassPass is the way to work out and not get bored with one gym or one style of workouts. They offer many different types of training, access to over 15,000 of the best gyms and fitness studios all over the world. Right now, go to classpass.com/try/Jenna Julien. That's ClassPass.com/try/Jenna Julien, or hit the link below. Your fitness game will be leveled up. Also, guys, MeUndies, best underwear, most comfortable, 3 times softer than cotton. We wear it every single day. Proud supporter of the podcast. Try the new boxer brief with the fly. Easy access. You know what I mean? Check it out at MeUndies.com/Jenna Julien for 15% off your first pair, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee. Also, guys, Squarespace, if you're looking to build a website, do it with Squarespace. No better way to do it. 24/7 customer support. Over 200,000 companies use Squarespace. Be like them. Go to squarespace.com/Jenna Julien and check it out for a free trial, or you get 10% off of your first purchase of a website or domain with that link. Remember way back when I unplugged my mic that one time and then I talked into your mic?
Yeah.
It reminded me that how long have we been podcasting? It feels like really long.
Julien. Oh my God. Pray for me.
Do you remember we used to have the mic like in the middle
Aries
of us?
season. We had one mic?
For a while we did one mic.
Do we really?
We
Was it a USB
we
mic?
one mic'd it. No, it was
It was. It was a USB mic.
it was not a USB mic.
Uh-huh.
No. Well, bet me now. Bet me now.
was
Shake my
that-
hand. Shake my hand.
Okay. No, this is a tarp. I'm not going to do it.
It is a tarp because I was the one processing
You
all the
literally
files.
have raisin in your tooth right now.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Babe, we're on camera. You're supposed to let me know.
I didn't see your teeth. It's in your front teeth.
Cut.
He walks up to me earlier with a little box of raisins.
It's not even there.
You just got it out. He's like snacking on a little box of raisins, which is so cute because I haven't seen those since I was like a kid. That was like my snack, a little juice box.
Nature's
a little
candy.
Box of raisins. Anyways, you must have really enjoyed that because it's like in your teeth.
Would it have been impossible to enjoy if it didn't get stuck in my teeth?
No.
Is there a correlation between food stuck in teeth and enjoyment of a meal? No. We started the podcast with those USB mics. And then when we graduated to the XLR AKG mic that we used to use before we got these, remember I set up on this camera the wide lens and I put it like right here. And one of our arms was always huge and everyone's like, oh, what happened to Jenna's arm? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We put one mic in the center of us for like most of those podcasts. It was like a stretch of like 10 podcasts, I think. So we can do it if you want. Let's just
Wait, I don't want to do it.
let's just try it.
I didn't ask to do it. That's making a terrible sound.
Yeah, well, potato. It is cold out and
Julien,
what?
Why don't you tell them what you did this morning?
Okay.
Yesterday, I'm like editing my video and I'm like getting really tired. I'm just sitting there like trying to power through my day. And Julian's like writing up a shot list. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? You want to get out of a pool in a suit with an umbrella.
Inspiration strikes in many ways and sometimes at very random times. But I think I'll touch on this later, but I think my schedule lately with streams and the amount of videos I'm making, it lends itself more to me putting more thought and time into a video than I used to. I had an idea last night because last year I did an Aries season vlog where I was just being very Aries in the vlog.
Red alert. It's
yeah.
Aries season.
Which kind of, I wouldn't say started, but it definitely like propelled the meme of me being like the Aries, who's wild and everything. And I thought to myself, like, what could I do this year that's not just like a vlog, It's also kind of hard to vlog after a million years of vlogging because there's only so much, you can really share and do something new. So I was thinking, like, what could I do? And I just, for some reason, couldn't get this shot out of my head of a man emerging from a pool, preferably with bad weather, led first by an umbrella. Just like a slow emerging out of the water. Right? Like something out of just a weird movie that no one rents and it sits on the shelf until Blockbuster just gets it out.
Oh, you mean like Devil by M. Night Shyamalan that we have on Blockbuster DVD?
Not like Devil, because someone did rent it, aka this guy who didn't return it. Do what you want, Blockbuster, it's mine. You can't get it back. We don't even have a DVD player, but I'm keeping it. Devil's a good movie. Hopefully my dad's not still getting billed.
Your dad is still getting billed for Devil.
No, he
from
changed
Blockbuster.
addresses. They can't find him.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah. Blockbuster didn't have computers.
They didn't?
No.
Oh.
They just had cash registers. Ka-ching, ka-ching.
So how did you rent your movie?
So you calling it a movie? Oh my God. Is this my first filmmaker interview? Thank you. Welcome to the show.
What? I was talking about Devil. I wasn't talking about your video. I didn't call your video a movie, you pretentious little...
Why am I pretentious? You just called it a movie.
I did. No, I called Devil a movie.
Roll it back. She called it a movie. Thank you for identifying my art.
Wow. Get out. I did not call your Aries season trailer art.
You hate that when people say movie or short film or shit.
No, I'm okay with some of it. Like if it has a storyline or something like that, if it's fiction and someone's like, yeah, it's a short film or a movie, I'm like, cool. But like, don't call your vlog a movie, you know?
What's today, a vlog?
No.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Made like a little trailer. Like, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, I made like a little trailer. But
like,
I know
unironically calling your long vlog a movie,
I
like,
was joking.
it really bothers me.
I would echo that.
That's not tea at anybody in particular.
No, it's not.
It's a thing that I don't enjoy.
Yeah. But it's also like so easy for someone who has, become popular from vlogging or something like YouTube-y to decide that they're now a filmmaker and just call their things films, but whatever. Anyway, so I had this shot in my head. So I woke up this morning kind of early and I was like, okay, let's get a couple of the shots, right? One of the shots was like me grabbing coffee out of the fridge. And then I was like a shot of the fireplace. And then I was like, okay, I really, really don't want to do this. I was more excited about it last night because it's like when you're excited about an idea and like at least for me, like at night, I'm like all about it. I'm like so pumped. I'm like, this is going to look so good. I can't wait to do it. And then the morning comes and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do this. You know what I mean? I think that's normal. So I woke up and I was like, I really don't want to do this. It's cold out. It's like on and off raining.
Yeah, you know that pool was freezing cold.
Pool was fucking cold as shit. So I was like, all right, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll get some of the other shots first. And then it starts fucking pouring. And I'm like, okay, this is a sign. I need to do it right now. So I cut a hole the size of my lens in this box. And I taped plastic on top of the box so that I can put my camera out in the rain and film without the lens getting all watery and stuff.
That's how you got that shot?
Yeah.
I assumed you had put it like under the awning.
No, because it was a relatively wide lens. So I brought it right next to the edge of the pool and I put it under the box, ran upstairs, put on my button-down shirt, ran back down, and just jumped in the pool because I was like, I just got to do this. So I jumped in the pool. By the way, it was manual focus because I was terrified if I had left it on auto, it was going to focus on the bushes or whatever. So I tried to estimate where the focus distance was. I did it. I got out soaking wet. I lifted up the box. I'm like freezing cold. I'm like checking the shot. I'm like, it's not ready. Put it back.
You did it again?
I did it like 6 times.
What?
I jumped back in, did the umbrella, got out, walked around. And one time I actually emerged and started coughing. So it was just like so cold. And I still feel kind of like sick a little bit from it.
Yeah, that's not good.
I hope I didn't catch anything or do anything to my body.
I hope the neighbors saw. I hope the neighbors were watching the entire time.
Yeah, well, they didn't pay admission, so I hope they didn't. So after like 6 times, I finally feel like I got a decent shot. So I like bring the camera in, bring my, I dry off, run in. I'm like kind of still cold. And I'm like, okay. And so that was like the catalyst that like helped me shoot the rest of the video. Cause then I was like, all right, it's time to go.
The rest is easy after that.
That was the hardest shot. Then I did the cabinet opening scene and then the shoe throwing scene and a little of this, little of that.
See, it's interesting to me as someone that knows you to hear that you got the hardest shot out of the way first, because that's something that I do. I push always to do like the worst first. Unlike Julien, who, when we first started dating, had saved your elective Spanish class for your second semester of your senior year. And you're taking this like really hard Spanish class that you passed a test in order to take. And like you were struggling so hard. I was like, why would you save that for your last semester of college?
It was GE Spanish 201.
Hellish fucking horrible, really difficult class for you for your very last semester of college.
It was brutal. And
you should leave nothing hard for that semester. Get all of your hard classes out of the way freshman, sophomore, and junior year so that you can chill a little bit and start to like figure out your next steps. But not Julien. It's literally like March, April, and May, and he's fucking drowning in Spanish.
Well, if I might defend myself here. I switched majors sophomore year. So
wait, what was your original major?
Business administration.
I didn't even know that.
You didn't know that?
I guess I didn't think about it, or
I kind of just
maybe I knew at the time.
I kind of just did what a couple of my other baseball friends did. We were like, we're going to play baseball and study business. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like what you did.
I understand that.
So my goal was to like play baseball and like get drafted. So I signed up for business administration, not thinking anything of it. End up getting injured, stop playing baseball, and then I'm stuck in business, and I'm like really, really not enjoying it. Not like I can't do it. Like my grades were okay.
Yeah.
It was just I felt like now that baseball had dropped out of my life, I needed to find a new interest or purpose.
I feel like a lot of people identify with all of a sudden realizing your major is not something you're super pumped about and changing it. I know a lot of people that did the same thing.
Yeah. And so so then I started writing for the newspaper, and I was like, journalism's cool. And then I was like, it's kind of old. And then I found broadcast journalism, and I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. But anyway, in that transition, I like missed out on a couple GEs in my early sophomore year because I was switching majors. So I had to do, I think my second semester of my sophomore year, my first semester of my junior year was like kind of nutty because I had to do extra classes because I had taken business classes when I should have been taking my,
And your school had that, what do you call those January classes?
Interterm.
Yeah, that was not a thing at my school.
Interterm, yeah.
And I had never heard of that. Like Julien was taking interterm classes.
So it's during winter break. You can take a month long, like 5 days a week class, and it counts as a credit.
Right. And he was always doing that. I knew you, and I was like, what is this fucking
I know, it sucked because all my friends went
class?
home for like fucking a month and a half or something, like 5 weeks, 6 weeks. And I was like I was home for only a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Right.
Because I was at school studying.
Well, and you were working and
I was
too,
working,
so it was a lot.
But anyway, Spanish just slipped through the cracks a little bit, and I had to take an online Spanish 201 my senior second semester, and it was brutal. It was fucking brutal because I was so rusty, and it was not a beginner's class. It was like intermediate because it's like the third level. It's like you have 101, 102, and then 201. So I was doing 201.
Well, that explains a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I knew that at the time, but I just, the idea always stuck with me that you did that to yourself, and I just can't let it go. I can't believe that you did that.
No, I had to do it to him.
No, you didn't have to do it
I had
to
to
him.
do it
Have
to
you
him.
ever thought about not doing it to him?
Never crossed my mind because I had to do it to him. I stayed doing it to him.
No, you didn't.
It's a state of mind.
I met Julien when he was 20. I was 26. Very scandalous, I know. But so Julien, while I was on YouTube making videos, and I had moved to LA, and I was here for however long a time till I met you. So when we first started dating, Julien was still in college for a while, and like
You were dating a college student.
I was. It was weird, you know.
It was weird, but it was like at the same time, I wasn't like your typical college. I was just like there for class, and then I was like working. So I was like,
Right. Yeah.
But
It was weird though for me because I had been out of college for 5 years 4 years of graduate school. So it was weird to date someone that was still like in that environment because I had grown out of it
yeah,
in that amount of time.
for sure. And I would like tell you stories about like things I saw on campus.
Yeah, and your fucking teachers and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God.
You're like, what a trip.
I feel like I had left that behind.
Yeah.
It was weird.
That must have been weird because when you finish college, you do close that door.
You fucking
You
slam it.
You slam that thing shut.
No more tests, bitch. I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
especially after going grad school too. It's like you close the door and then another door.
Yeah, when I had made the decision that I wasn't going to pursue a PhD, I was like, I'm not going to reopen this door for many, many years. Like, I need to go get some life experience, you know? So that door was fucking slammed and locked, you know, until further notice.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's really difficult for people like, you know, in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. It's difficult to get back in that mindset to go back to school because it's, you know, once the ball's rolling, you can keep it moving. But once that kinetic energy stops, you're sort of just like, fuck that.
Totally.
But like when I met you, we had to sort of, you know, we were different in different stages of life and different people. There was like a lot of factors there that would make it difficult for us to date.
Definitely.
But we powered through as friends.
We powered through, best friends. Oh, someone suggested we go on our first date and like one of us asked each other out for a video. I think that'd be really funny.
Imagine just tuning into the podcast now and being like, I don't get it. Are they dating? They're just friends, right?
My favorite part about that meme, as just friends, is like now when people are like, get married, someone won't jump in and be like, oh, they're just friends. And I'm like, thank you.
We are just
We
friends.
are just friends.
We are.
For real.
Oh my God.
What?
So weird.
But what you were just saying about like trying to get that momentum back, like our friend Crayson, Matt, who we met gaming, he just went back to school and he's been telling me about like that experience, like studying for class again. And it's like, and I kind of had a similar thing where I was studying for the drone pilot exam and I hadn't exercised those muscles in a long time.
Yeah.
And it felt weird. So I hear you completely when it's like going back to school is a bitch compared to just like powering through with that momentum that you have as a young person.
Well, and people had given me that advice when I was younger too. Like if you can go to graduate school after college, like do it, you know, because you're already in that mindset and it's a lot easier. You know, everyone's experience is totally different and not everyone can do that or wants to do that. You know, it's your experience is your experience. But my experience was that it was easier, I imagine, than if I decided now with my life, you know, to go to college or back to school because it's hard because college is hard as it is, but coming from a student mindset for that many years in a row does have its advantages. Yeah. You know? But like I was one of the younger people in my graduate program by like a lot. I was the youngest, but there was only like one or two my people my age. Everyone else was a little older. And I always remember feeling like they took it really seriously, you know, because when you're like, if I were to go back to school today, it's your money and you understand the amount of time that goes into it. Whereas when you're a student, sometimes it just feels like I go to class, it's what I do. You know, it's my day, I study. It's like already part of your life because that's all you know. But I always was, you know, I found it really admirable to see adults that were really passionate and like they had that little extra sort of like excitement or like did so much of their homework and they took everything so seriously because that's like, you know, their life. They're really, really choosing to take time out of their day.
It's fucking high stakes now for them.
Yes. Yeah. And I just really appreciated that. But I think now I have a better perspective, understanding what that means to someone to get their education at an older age. Whereas when you're a younger person, sometimes I feel like you take advantage of the fact that
100%.
You've only ever been a student. Yeah. You know?
And I don't want to come off as like, you know, if you go to school later on instead of finishing when you're young, you're bad. Like everyone has different circumstances. I'm not judging anyone. Like
education is great at any time.
At any time, yeah.
And you should do whatever the fuck you feel.
But that's super interesting because thinking back to like anyone's mindset, but like my personal experience in college, like all I was thinking about was like, just get me the fuck out of here.
Getting done.
Just finish line. Because
you can't wait to go live your life. Whereas someone older going back to school is really seeing that as a great opportunity to further their life where you're just like, I need my life to start. My life has never started. I can't get out of this fucking classroom.
And they're like, my life has started and it's fucking hard. So I'm going to need some help with a degree here. Yeah. That's funny though.
Anyways, you left that hard ass Spanish class for your second semester of your senior year and I couldn't believe you did that.
Yeah, but
so I'm surprised
your boy got to be on
that you got that hardest class or the hardest shot of your video filmed first today.
Yeah, it wasn't what I was planning to do.
That's in Aries season in this climate.
in all
It's
climates.
a little out of character to see you do the hardest thing first.
Well,
I'm like a hardest thing first person.
No,
Get it done, and then the rest of it is okay.
I would say that I'm the same though.
Give me an example.
Oh, let me think of one. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Okay, you ever see me carry one grocery bag in at a time?
Okay, fair, but I'm not sure that point applies here.
Why?
Because that's just you not wanting to make 2 trips.
Sometimes I'm trying to think. Like I have that mindset in a lot of things because I'm like last night, right? I forgot to put the dog food away. We got the shipment of dog food, and I forgot to put it away. And I also forgot to take out the garbage bins, right? And it's late, and I'm like cold, and I'm barefoot, and I run outside, and I'm like, okay, what's the hardest thing to do right now? Well, go outside in my bare feet and take these bins out quietly because it's late to the curb, open the gate, shut the gate, bring the rest of the boxes out, do it. Or you could just put the dog food away and maybe do the bins in the morning. No, I busted ass outside, and I was like, hardest thing first. Carried 3 bins at once, not 3, 2 at once, and then that's what I mean. So anytime I have like chores, I do the hardest one first.
See, to me, doing the hardest thing first would be waking up, knowing that you have to take the garbage out that day, and doing all the things you don't like in the day early, and then later on in the day you don't have to worry about it. What about jujitsu?
Jiu-jitsu's hard, and I do it first every day.
It's your favorite thing.
It's hard though.
No. It is hard, but that's you doing what you want when you want to. That is not an example of getting the hardest thing out of the way first.
There is an example somewhere. There is.
This conversation is Aries season.
No, there's an example.
It's you defending yourself as to why you doing things that you like.
I'm allowed to defend myself this month, okay? You have to give that to me. Every other month I shut up. For this month I get to defend myself.
Wait, what was that? Every other month you shut up?
Well, I'm told to.
I don't tell you to shut up.
In arguments, I have to understand that, like, don't defend myself. But this month, no. That impulse is gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is okay.
Is it your mom's birthday this weekend?
Yeah. She's an early Aries.
What'd you get her?
Why are you going to blast me? I didn't get her anything.
Get her something.
Well, go shopping with me.
Okay.
Let's go tomorrow.
What do you want to get her?
Well, I could get her a class pass, which is a really awesome membership to where you can work out at all sorts of different types of gyms. So you don't get bored with your workout, guys. Class pass is a really great service. You don't want to go to the same gym or the same workout class. We'll get back to it. Every day or every week, you're going to get bored, right? If you want to try kickboxing, yoga, Pilates, Krav Maga, Jiu-Jitsu, the best sport of all time, whatever, weightlifting, CrossFit, Class Pass it's for you. It's really just made for you. Okay. It is actually an awesome service to where you can live a lot of different life experiences in the fitness world with just one membership. And you don't have to worry about signing up and then worrying about canceling. Like, that's the best part, is the peace of mind with Class Pass. They provide all the options if you want to lift really heavy things or if you want to go spin, like whatever it is, they have the options there for you. And they give, so you sign up with ClassPass, and then they give you the list of all sorts of the different gyms and options for fitness classes in your area, and you just choose what you want. And it has worked for a lot of people, and it can work for you too. Right now, get your first 2 weeks for free on classpass.com/try/Jenna Julien, or click the link down below. I guarantee you that if you try it, you're going to probably do a fitness class that you did not have in your future prior. You weren't going to do it. You weren't going to like get up and find that kickboxing class or that Pilates class. What?
I want to take a judo class.
You want to take a judo class?
Yeah, I want to flip people. I don't want to sign up for a membership. I just want to do it and try it, see if I like it.
So sign up with ClassPass.
I'm gonna.
You don't have to commit. Just go through ClassPass.
I want to do judo.
Check it out, guys. Go to ClassPass. I just burped into the mic. ClassPass.com/try/Jenna Julien.
It is Aries season.
Also, guys, if you have a website that you would like to build, worry no more, because I can tell that you're worrying. I hear it in your voice. Okay? Go to Squarespace.com. They are amazing. They have all the templates, the features, and the ease of use. Really, like, the functionality is so nice and simple with Squarespace. You have a vision for your website, they help you achieve it. It's really that simple. And if you have questions in the middle of the freaking night and you want help, Squarespace is there for you. They have 24/7 award-winning customer support to help you with your designs, your fonts, your buttons, how it looks on mobile, how it looks on desktop, the colors, whatever it is, they will help you, and you can make a really, really banging website and a really, really easy process. So check it out. It's Squarespace, the all-in-one platform. And seriously, like if you have questions, bother them. That's what they're there for. Ask them questions. They will help you, and then you can make the website of your dreams. Think it, dream it, make it with Squarespace. Right now, go to squarespace.com/Jenna Julien, and you get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. And also, dude, what's on my butt right now?
MeUndies. Oh, you got your pizza ones on.
I got my pizza
I'm wearing
ones?
the
I just gave myself a wedgie live.
I'm wearing the llama design.
Oh, the bralette. The llama one is the new one.
It's so cute.
Yeah. Dude,
I have the underwear.
it's like one of my favorite days of the month when Squarespace, or when my MeUndies package arrives in the same beautiful little package, and I open it and I'm like, dude, you know what made me feel a little bit better today? That I wasn't going to feel that good today. Some fresh underwear.
It makes honestly a fucking difference.
It does.
When your like underwear is nice and fun, where as I used to say, because I don't wear like underwire bras that much really anymore, but like if your bra and your underwear match, like holy shit, you don't even think it's gonna be a good day.
It's gonna be a good day.
It just is.
And it's a brand new design, dude. You didn't have to go shopping for it. You didn't have to pick out your size. They know your size. They're MeUndies. Guys, check it out. Go to MeUndies.com/Jenna Julien, okay? And check their stuff out. You get 15% off your first pair, free shipping. And if you don't like it for whatever reason, they will take it back and refund you for your purchase. They have socks, bralettes, underwear. They have hats. They have onesies, which we love so much. Check them out. Click the link below. Thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you, sponsors. This really is like the bralettes are such a good, like, I'm chilling around the house bra, you know? I'm not going to do any sports.
Tell me what that means, because I don't know.
You don't understand?
No, I just mean like explain. No, explain it to me. Like, because I know I've heard you say and girls say like taking my bra off at the end of the day is so nice. Like it feels good, but like that one feels good to wear. So it's like, which one is it? I just want to know. Like, can you
want me to explain bras to
you?
Well,
I think it's kind of interesting. I don't know. No.
I love being friends.
We're just friends. I need to know.
So, and I feel like I stopped wearing underwear bras unless I was like, I don't know. There's been times when I've worn like a gown or something, like a wedding that we go to or something like that, where I'm wearing like a dress and you need it, like, I don't know, evens out your shape a little more when you have like padding or like an underwear bra. Yeah. But, you know, when I was growing up, that was like what we had really. We had sports bras, training bras, or like, you know, thin little, for like 12-year-olds or whatever. And then like underwear bras. Yeah. And, you know, obviously there's different types and different kinds, but like the norm was to
So that's a type of bra, is an underwear bra? Like that's a name?
Underwire bra.
Underwire. Oh, I think you said underwear bra. Okay.
No, so it literally has a wire underneath the cup.
Yeah.
So it's like holding it and shaping it and that kind of stuff. And it just over time just starts to feel like you're wearing
a wire.
Yeah.
It sounds painful.
And even by the time I was like, you know, 20 or whatever, there's much more comfortable bras. Like they don't have an underwire, or if they do, they're like a lot nicer and don't feel like that. But that whole, like, it just doesn't feel that good, you know?
Yeah.
If you wear it, like, you know, you put it on, when I was a kid, you put it on at fucking 6 a.m. You might take it off for gym class, but like you're wearing it all fucking day. And
it's
it
like
hurts.
pressed up against you. And
it's tight.
I can imagine that be like uncomfortable. So
like
I get
the
that.
straps are cutting into you and stuff, but like I feel like I wear sports bras mostly, bralettes, like looser stuff.
Got it.
Because this is just me. This is a personal preference. This might be TMI, but like if I'm just like walking around without a bra with like a loose shirt, like it starts to get uncomfortable. Like your nipples are like chafing.
I can see that. I mean, if I walk around in the wrong type of shirt, the wrong weather, humidity, or whatever, it starts to
hurt a little.
Not good. It's like that episode of The Office when Andy ran the marathon. Sorry.
Totally.
Sorry.
I don't get that at all.
They ran a 5K and he taped his nipples with an X underneath his shirt, so
That's hot.
His shirt looked like this.
But like I like to wear, unless I'm, going to the gym or going to work out or whatever, I'll wear a sports bra for the most part. Or if I'm around the house, if I'm wearing no bra, that's fine. But I can't do that like all day and all night.
Yeah.
Unless I'm wearing like a really tight shirt or something, then that's probably fine. But like if it's just like a loose t-shirt, then I'll wear like a bralette or like those like lacy ones that are just like a halter.
Yeah.
Just something chill.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel like I would have the same kind of preference if I wore bras.
Like a chill bra.
A chill bra. Chill, bra.
Get out. No, come back. Come back, friend.
Oh, hey, friend. I didn't know you'd be here. Shall we grab lunch as friends?
I don't know.
Let's split the check because we're friends.
So when I played sports and stuff, I would wear multiple sports bras because when I was in college, they were very expensive to buy a sports bra. And, you could buy ones from like Nike or Under Armour. And it just wasn't, I don't know, I felt like they weren't everywhere, nor was it like fashionable to wear. You can go to Forever 21 and find like a sports bra top,
Yeah.
It wasn't like outerwear. It wasn't like a shirt.
Yeah.
They were sports specific and they were undergarments.
Got it.
So I would wear multiple sports bras because some of them fucking sucked because they were cheap. So I would wear like 3 sports bras to my softball game.
Like at once.
In order to keep them all together.
Got to keep them under control,
You got to keep them together.
Keep them together. The whole team's got to be together, okay?
Now I can wear one sports bra because I'm not doing as vigorous of activities. And they're also better quality now. So.
What a time to be alive.
But that's like all I wear.
Yeah.
I feel like some of my shirts look better too if I'm wearing a sports bra.
Yeah, I agree. I think they look good on you.
Oh, thank you.
With a shirt on and just the sports bra. I know we're just friends. I shouldn't be looking, but.
Oh my God. This is completely platonic. Hello?
Yeah. Your dog is really cute, by the way.
Thank you.
Can I pet him while he's sleeping?
I don't think that's a bad idea, especially in Aries season. You can try. Maybe make a noise so he knows you're coming.
Caw, caw.
Okay, he's not. No, his eyes are still closed. No. You need to get his attention
It's okay.
before you touch him.
I'll maybe pet him next time I come over for a play date with you.
Okay, yeah. You live around here?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I'll Venmo you my address.
All right.
Wait, that's not how that works. So anyway, yep, I went for a nice little cold swim. Long story short, I went for a cold swim this morning. And I still have a headache from it for whatever reason.
You're going to get sick,
Julian.
Julian.
Is that what that means?
Probably.
Huh.
If you're like, it's like when you get stuck in the rain and it's cold and then, the next day you feel kind of sniffly.
Oh.
You might not get like a full-blown cold, but
Yeah.
your body's like, fuck you.
Yeah, a little while later I went in the hot shower and I could tell it was too late. Well, some days you... Anyway.
What's that sentence?
I don't know.
Finish your sentence. Some days you what?
You wake up knee high on the grass patch in the backyard.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
What? Tell me what I did.
You're making me feel weird.
Okay, well, so it's just another day then. We had... I've had multiple people come to the house, and we haven't got rid of those fucking jeans. They're just sitting in the office.
Yeah, like pairs of legs.
Yeah, they look like
jean chair that I made.
We look like freaky people
Why would we?
because we have tripods everywhere, and we have legs just sitting around our house.
Yeah.
Stuffed legs, stapled together.
Yeah.
And then beautiful plants. But also we're really,
Thank you.
really weird people. We're really weird people.
That's why I was hoping our neighbors were watching you while you were jumping in and out of the pool in a shirt with an umbrella.
Yeah. I mean, they actually got trapped on one take because I was like trying to push the umbrella and it like there was suctioned into the water. And I was like, is this how I die? Is this it? But I made it. I was fine.
That is so
It was
morbid.
a little drugstore umbrella, so it was really getting tossed around by the wake that our pool was making from the light rain in our Southern California backyard.
The wake that the rain was making?
It was actually my wake.
Yeah,
It was the wake that I was making. I make a wake. I make wake. So, How about airplane food?
Can't stand
Special
you.
shout out to Chris. He just put out a really cool video. We were talking about doing this, but we haven't really even talked about it further or organized it. But it would be cool to like shout people out on like a regular thing if we could, make that part of the podcast or every other podcast or whatever where we
I'd said to you, I think we should make like a beginning little thing in the podcast where we just talk about something that we really
found
liked.
and then we liked. Well, I'll start it off. Chris Melberger he made like a sequel to his video. If Shane Dawson edited normal dudes' lives, but he, instead of just like kind of redoing the same video in a sequel format, he came up with this really, really funny concept. And it's really good. He got all these Viners to send in this like kind of little home tape that fits right into the story. And it's really funny. But anyway, that was my favorite watch of the week. What was yours?
Well, and he's almost at 100,000 subs on YouTube.
Oh, Chris is almost at
Congratulations,
100,000
Chris.
subs. Yep.
We love you.
Go sub to him, dude.
I had literally
We'll link these below, I think.
I had made a note on my like Gmail notes or whatever. It just said, I made this on October 18th, 2018.
That's a long time ago.
That's when I was like, we should do a thing in the beginning or some part of the podcast where we just talk about something that we really like.
Yeah.
And I had written Jenna's random good thoughts for podcasts. Like just
yeah, for sure.
I wish I had my soundboard. A random good thought for the podcast. Like, I'm going to tell you something that was really nice this week. And I had written down because I was watching an interview, I think like on the red carpet, Grammys or some award show.
Yeah.
Where BTS was. And I'm pretty sure it's Namjoon of BTS. I had written, has really astoundingly good English, and that's really cool. Because I was like, I'm thinking about, right, if you're an English-speaking pop star and you're in a group, so you're with your friends and people that you trust,
yeah,
and it feels really good, but you know how hectic an award show is in the first place.
Yeah.
You're in another country, and there's all of these media interview people that you don't know. Mm-hmm. You don't watch their shows.
Yeah.
You don't know what the hell's fucking happening. There's sensory fucking overload. It's really loud. And your English is only like okay at best. Uh-huh. And it's just fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, is this person saying something mean to me? Are they being disrespectful towards me? Like, I don't fucking know because I only know conversational Japanese. And I was watching this interview, and Namjoon like has really, 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 really good English, and you could just tell how much more comfortable it made all of them feel, and that it was just like, it just was fucking amazing. Like I couldn't, like he would step in or like sort of reassure one of the, whoever's speaking, like help them finish their sentence or help them clarify, and I'm like, that's so fucking rad. Like it's really fucking rad, and we see like athletes and people where they have a translator talking after a fight, like for UFC, and how scary it must be to be in that position and not speak English, but to have someone that you trust that like has your back,
one of your boys,
and help you do that, and like know that no one's talking down to you or doing anything like that. It's just like really fucking cool.
That's super rad.
Yeah.
Super rad. And I think that's like one of those things that a lot of people overlook, especially in that sort of setting, where it's like big deal, like, whatever. But it's like, if you actually think about what their experience is like at an event like that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people detach their feelings for a celebrity or an artist from that of a human's. Whereas like your mother or your brother, you don't detach those emotions because you know that they're people. So like, if you really think about it, man, that's like, it's an intense thing, and like it's a really cool skill that provides a level of like emotional safety.
Think about, okay, so the people in BTS or any group that doesn't speak English, and one of those boys is your son, and that boy is like, at the whim of their manager or their agent, and they go wherever they got. It's all business, that's their job. But like, I, in my heart of hearts, want to make sure that someone's looking out for them, on an emotional level. Is he okay? How is he doing? And that's what Namjoon was doing in that interview. And it seems like he does a lot. And it was just like, it just made me feel really like happy,
Yeah.
How scary is that? I would just like clam up, you know, if I didn't like,
Yeah.
we've been to other countries where you don't speak the language.
And then they start laughing. And you're like, oh my God.
And I'm like, I did it. Yeah. Are you laughing at me? Like, I feel really out of place and like scared. And
you're
weird.
hoping you're not offending anyone while at the same time you're like also self-conscious. You're like,
completely self-conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me of like watching the difference between watching like a translator, someone who like signs at a concert or a speech. Mm-hmm. But the difference between someone who's super enthusiastic about it versus someone who's maybe not as enthusiastic is like night and day.
Yeah.
And you see someone really getting into it, whether it's like a song or whatever, or it's a passionate speech or something, you see that they're like really trying to convey what this person's saying and what they mean when they're saying it and where it comes from. I don't know. I think that's like a super special thing, like translating languages or signing to people who are deaf or hard of hearing. So that's cool.
Wouldn't that be like the coolest superpower though, to speak every language?
There's someone out there who does
sick
it.
Sick as hell.
Right?
Yeah, they probably work for the fucking FBI or CIA or some shit.
How many languages are there?
I actually don't know the answer to that. Do you want me to look it up?
No, I'd rather not know. I think it would just stress me out because I only know like 1.5.
Sick.
1 in a 100th.
Give us some Spanish from that really hard Spanish class that you took.
Yo tengo hambre.
Oh.
Sí, mucho hambre.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Tienes baseball. Muchísimo nosotros.
Julian.
Café es mi favorito. Me encanta café. Mm-hmm. No me gusta la hora.
Julian.
Sí, pero.
It's like the beginning.
Pero poquito? Poquito pero?
It's like the beginning of the sentence starts off okay, and then it just turns into words you know.
Sí, delgado.
Julian.
Gordo? Muchísimo.
You should have stayed in that Spanish
Rápidamente.
Now you're just saying words.
Rápidamente.
When we were walking the dogs the other day, a woman was jogging like past us with her phone out, speaking into it in front of her face
dude.
In Spanish. And I was like, damn, get it.
My mom does that.
She jogs with her
phone. No,
she
does this thing. She does sounds good, period. I'll call you back. Hold on one second. In the morning, and then it beeps and it stops listening to like halfway through and she reads it back and it didn't even fucking copy anything she's saying. She does it again. What is the harm in just writing it out?
I don't think my mom knows how to use that feature.
No, your mom knows how and she knows how bad it is.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I get like text to speech or speech to text or whatever, you know, but when you're doing it like this and you're multitasking like my mom, the true Aries that she is, and also like not really speaking Siri friendly, you know, like you're not enunciating your words. You're just like, yeah, well, I'll call him in a little bit. And she's like ordering or like dealing with like the mailman or something.
Yeah.
Like, how is this?
She's like,
how is this
that person
any sort of efficient?
That's really frustrating when you're working, like that you're working at a place and that person's on the phone. They won't just get off the phone, but she's not on the phone. She's texting.
Yeah.
With speech.
And
this is like the universal like parent phone
it's
position.
Like, yeah, it's
holding it up to your mouth.
Yeah.
Or if they're texting, it's like either like this, really far away or really close up.
I used to make fun of my dad because he anytime we go out to dinner, the check would come and he would pull the check and he would be like, it would be his whole thing, but he could see. Because his food was right here the whole time, and somehow the check needs to be...
Yeah, but your food's not words.
Okay. But also, it was fun...
As someone with terrible eyesight, I can tell you.
Yeah, my dad has bad eyesight. It was fun to make fun of him.
You can see food, you can't see
as
words.
A child normally does to their parents.
True.
So I used to make fun of him that like every time the check would come, he would pull out his wallet and then it would just get further and further every time, and then we'd like hand it off to each other and be like, can you hold it over there? But no. Parents be like, you know,
Just
they really be like that.
You didn't see the number on the check, so you leave it tipped for 10% or 15% of something else.
Yeah.
Some other number that you thought you saw.
Yeah, like ignorance is bliss, you know? If I don't think about it, then whatever. Tip your waiters.
Yes, please.
That's the end.
And bartenders.
And bartenders, of course.
You think you're so funny making fun of your dad's bad eyesight, and look at you now with your glasses. You can't drive without them.
Look who doesn't have to wear glasses. Look, I can read things. Tell me what to read. That says Apollo. That says preamp. That says ISO 800.
We're all so impressed with your eyesight. Except the next time that you go to take your DMV test or whatever, you're going to have to do an eye test. And unless you bring your glasses, you're not going to pass.
Or I could show up
to the rest of our lives.
Or I could show up and they say, take your eye exam. And I'd just be like, nah. That's
you don't get your license.
That's that.
Then.
No, I'll get my license.
How?
I know a guy who works at the DMV.
I knew you were going to say, I know. I knew you were going to say that. I was just waiting for it.
Really? Did you know I was going to say that?
Yes.
Do I say that a lot?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I do know a guy, so.
I know you as a friend so well. First of all, you don't know a guy. Second of all, I knew you were going to say you know a guy. Third of all, whenever you start off telling a joke and it sort of like ends with a bizarre premise, you always go, and then he woke up, it was all a dream.
Don't expose.
Then he realized he was on a massive acid trip the entire time.
No.
He was at home. He was in a hole.
I appreciate that you think you know how my comedy works and how my storytelling is structured, but it is an ever evolving one. Mm-hmm. So you might think I was going to say I know a guy, right?
Yep.
Even though I didn't say it.
You did.
Roll it back. I didn't say it.
Wait, yes, you did.
I said I was going to say I used to work at the DMV, which is also a lie, but I did. I did work there.
Yeah.
And I know where they keep their files, and I know where they keep, more importantly, the material of which they make driver's license out of. Mm-hmm. I also know a guy who can make a driver's license off market. So I was going to steal one of the sheets of material, bring it to my guy. He'll take half of the sheets as payment, and then I'll get a free driver's license with saying whatever the fuck I wanted to say on there.
Illegal.
Address, name,
completely
eye
illegal.
color. I'm gonna forge my eye color.
Wait, now that you're talking about this, I'm thinking about what I was thinking about this the other day, that my weight says something it's totally not on my license because it's like old. And I'm like, someday I'm going to get pulled over by a cop and he's just going to look at me and go, that's not what you weigh.
Identity theft.
Oh, God.
That's not a thing, babe.
I'm pretty sure it says that
no one has the same weight for years and years. I mean, it's like everyone's always, if anything, it's height. If you were a different height, then that would raise more.
True. Yeah, it says my hair is blonde on here because it was. My hair was blonde.
Okay, hair and weight, maybe you might be getting to the little suspicious territory here.
I'm 32 years old, but I still get like fear that someone's going to look at my license and go, that's not you. That's not you.
It's you.
It's not, though.
It's you. It's you with different color hair, more makeup, and there's a signature right beneath your neck, but I don't see it on your real body.
Julian, that's my signature on my license.
I don't have my license on me, but what do I look like in mine?
I don't remember. My favorite thing though is when you were like literally like a 7-year-old child in your passport. And we would travel and people would look at your passport and just start laughing.
I hadn't taken a new passport picture for years. I had walked around with a passport with me, I think at like 15 years old.
Yeah, well it's
into
good
my
for
20s.
10 years, so.
Yeah. But I also think I renewed it once, but didn't renew the picture somehow. And so
maybe
when we went to like Australia a couple times.
Canada was my favorite because he just looked at you and started fucking dying laughing. He was like, you grew. Something like that.
It's like, oh, you changed a little bit or something. Yeah, I was like a literal child.
Yeah.
And then on my most recent passport picture, I have just sweet mustache. So I actually don't know what I was going to say after that, but I have a mustache on my passport picture. So
yeah, I guess I can't think of what your license picture looks like right now.
my license picture is me with blonde hair, and it's
sick.
like off to the side. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I kind of want to revert it back to my 18-year-old picture because I think I look better in that one.
Wait, you can't do that.
I might. I will see.
You can't.
I know a guy.
I just remember.
Here's what you do.
When
you bring your own SD card, and when they're not looking, you swap it out with their camera. And it's just like a glamour full body shot on like a photo set.
When I took this license picture, I'm pretty sure this is either the first or second license picture that I got in California. I think this one might be my second. But
I think it's your second.
The first one that I took, she didn't tell me she was taking the picture.
Yeah.
You know, she's just trying to push people in and out of there. So she's just like, okay, here's your thing. And then she just flicks it. And I'm just like, oh, shit. So, it gives
Hit you
like,
with the flick.
Yeah, she hit me with the flick. So she takes, there's, 3 pictures and only one of them I had my eyes open.
Oh, so that was the default one
Yeah,
that she chose.
no, she was, which one do you want? I was like, well, I guess that one. Like, should I pick one with my eyes shut for my license lady? She wouldn't even let me retake it. This one, I remember they had let me retake it because you did the same thing.
Yeah.
My eyes were closed for half of them. Not because I wasn't paying attention, but because they just fucking did it. Like a nice little 1, 2, 3 might be helpful or something.
Well, I support you 100%. But there are 2 sides to every story, and I would like to talk to the woman who took the picture to see what her experience was, because maybe you weren't listening.
Well, for my first license, right when I turned 16 or whatever, I didn't, because I'm dumb, because I'm 16 or whatever, I didn't realize that they took your picture that day. I thought, they were going to take it some other day.
That's adorable.
So I went in there and I just looked like,
That's
a
adorable.
sweatshirt and like my hair.
Did you pass your driver's test the first time?
Yeah.
Nice. Do you think I did?
Oh boy. Yeah, I think you did.
Well done. I did.
Well, we took driver's ed and stuff in high school. It was still a course you could take.
At your high school?
It was hard to get into.
We did not have that, dude.
Yeah.
We had like woodwork, but not driver's ed. Because like you need to learn to work with wood, but you don't need to learn to drive a fucking car, I guess.
That's a skill that I wish that I had. I wish that I had taken wood shop. Hello? It's fucking great.
I don't. Well, actually a wood shop class would be
That's
cool.
kinda
But
sick.
I'm like,
It's kind of tight.
there was a lot of extraneous classes that you could take as your electives, like junior and senior year, that people just did nothing in. Like my film class, I took it because my dad was like, take the film class, because I had to choose between that and like ceramics.
Mm-hmm.
Ceramics, another one. Like, great if that's your hobby, but I'm sorry here. We're trying to prepare you for adulthood. Learn how to make a fucking pot and make it even with your thumbs.
And glaze it.
Keep your thumbs on the outside while it spins. Use the
shit.
pedal.
I agree that driver's ed is a very valuable class and should have been offered at your school. But I think years
So
after,
like taxes too, though, like that kind of thing.
Totally. A couple years after I had graduated, they had done away with the.
They got rid of it?
Yeah, because there wasn't enough funding for it.
Oh, that sucks.
It's like one of the first things to go.
There was actually an auto shop class towards like my senior year, I think.
That's so sick.
But I was too late or whatever. But they had like a garage and you could like learn how to work on cars.
sick.
Yeah, I would have taken that.
Well, I just think it's valuable because for my, my family, like my dad was a decent teacher for driving, but like I didn't live with him. I saw him on, every other weekends or
sure,
whatever.
yeah.
But when I would try and learn how to drive from my mother, it was like some of the most stressful fucking moments of my life because she's just holding onto the fucking bar and like screaming the whole time.
My dad did the same thing.
So terrified and like it's very difficult to learn with some like that type of energy going on. But that's because we live together with my mother,
Yeah.
But it's common that not every 15-year-old that is ready to get their license, whether they have a car that they can use when they turn 16 or not. Like, not everyone has a parent that's even willing to teach them how to drive.
We were both kind of lucky in
So
that.
driver's ed was a class that you
Yeah.
could take and you could learn how to drive.
Yeah. My dude, oh God, I remember every time I would get behind the wheel, my dad would grab the thing and he would just like brace himself for a fucking accident.
It's really difficult
Yeah.
to learn in that environment.
Yeah, and you're like doubting yourself. You're like, well, could you stop that maybe? And it's like he wants to stop, but he's also genuinely thinking that he might like have to like brace for
Well,
himself.
I learned how to drive on a standard car, and then I drove a standard car for a lot of years. So
You mean like a manual transmission?
yeah,
Transmission, yeah.
So it is like there's definitely a lot more like stalling out that
Yeah.
happens while you're learning, and it
I
feels
still
a
don't
lot
know how
more
to drive a
jerky.
manual.
So I understand that aspect of it. Like if you're teaching someone how to drive a stick shift, it is like you might jerk around a little bit.
Yeah.
But for like an automatic car,
I know. Tell my dad that when I was
we're
15.
going like 15 miles an hour for
know.
so much of the learning process.
I know.
So like I promise you it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't taught a 16-year-old how to drive, so
But relinquishing
Maybe I'm
control, especially with your car to a
Scary.
kid that you know very well
man.
might crash, like that's being a parent, man.
listen,
Like it's like
okay, to anyone that's scared in that situation, go get in a driver's ed car with 4 other kids that don't know how to fucking drive.
At least you
that
have-
man's the real hero.
at least you have a safety wheel and pedal though.
He did. Well, I took driver's ed with a girl that the only real time I was scared in that car with those other kids was we were driving on, so you do like city driving, you do like in upstate New York, you have some country driving, like country roads. There's a little bit of different situation than highway driving.
John Denver, yeah.
Yeah, so we're on one of these like country roads. It's 2 lanes, there's one going this way and one coming this way. So it follows different rules with your hashed lines in the center. People pass, all kinds of shit. So usually there's no like stoplights or anything. There's a turn and you take it. That's it.
Yeah.
She did not understand the speed limit's like 45, 50 miles an hour on these roads.
Yeah.
She did not understand that you have to slow down the car in order to turn. So he's like, okay, in the next, 100 feet or whatever, you're gonna take a left, or 300 feet, whatever. So she just starts like she's gonna cut the wheel.
Oh my
And
God.
we're like, oh my God, we're gonna fucking die. And he slams on his fucking student brake or whatever. And
Jesus Christ. But that's the sort of thing like.
but he stays so calm, and he's just like,
that's the real hero.
in order to take
MVP.
a turn, we have to slow down. Yeah. She's like, oh, I'm sorry.
You just didn't think of it.
She's like, it's okay.
Yeah.
You just keep going.
Yeah. That's the sort of thing though. Like I can imagine my 15-year-old self thinking like, yeah, you turn.
Yeah,
Why would you slow down?
I don't get it. Why would you just turn? I turn here.
Yeah, that's so funny.
It was fucking terrifying, dude.
Just whips it around the corner.
Dude, can you imagine?
Yeah, that sounds fucking. You sound like you're gonna roll, and you're just like, okay, this is it.
Yeah, we're in like a minivan.
Yeah. Oh, we did it. Yeah, my mom had the Eurovan growing up. Man. First of all, that thing was not easy to drive. Second of all, we didn't drive it legally a lot of time because the back folded up into like a bed, and you're not supposed to drive with it like that. But we did.
Wait, what?
Because you could buckle in while you're laying completely flat. So we would lay completely flat in the back and buckle in.
What the hell?
Like sardines, yeah. On like road trips and stuff. When we were going up to 5 to Northern California and stuff.
That's cute.
Yeah, so you would turn around if you're driving and it's just like one little like bed and there's just the kids on it. It was semi-safe. It was probably not the best idea. You can never drive with the pop-up open though, because that would have like not allowed the car to drive.
Yeah. I used my friend that lived up the street from me, her parents had a Volvo, and in the 90s, they like the station wagon, they had these little tiny seats that folded down in the trunk, and you sat backwards. You sat
I remember
facing out
that
of the
exact
trunk.
car. I remember that car.
We just thought it was like the most fun thing.
The coolest
in the
thing
whole
ever.
world. Yeah.
You would always want those seats.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You wave at other cars. You're like watching. You have like you're like the pilot, pretty much.
But you're going backwards.
You're in a cockpit. But as a kid, you're like, this is my
backwards.
fucking car now.
But I imagine that car was marketed to people as like a 7-passenger vehicle, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, yeah.
But you're sitting on the ground.
Yeah, it's just like a seat that was plopped into the
Well,
trunk.
it's a seatbelt on the back of the back seats.
Yes, so it's very like afterthoughty.
It's your feet are like you're sitting in the trunk on a quote unquote seat, but it's not like your legs have You're not sitting in a chair.
No.
You're on the trunk, strapped in with a seatbelt with your legs crossed on the floor of the trunk, backwards, facing out.
In hindsight, probably not that safe. Still, absolute blast as a kid.
Totally.
I've sat in that car before.
It was fucking great.
Yeah.
And my uncle's pickup truck, like in the back of it had like a, extra big cabin or whatever.
Yeah.
So behind the passenger seat and the driver's seat, maybe sometimes it was like a bench seat, but there was 2 little, literally just folds down his seat, and he just loved that.
Yeah.
I thought that was the most fun thing in the whole world.
Have you ever sat in the bed of a car when you like the bed of a truck when it was driving?
Fuck no, it's illegal.
I did that once.
What's wrong with you?
It wasn't a smart thing, but I did it.
What's fucking wrong with you?
I didn't really have much of a choice. So if I wanted a ride, that's how I was getting a ride. It was very recent too.
Julian.
It wasn't that recent. It was what?
Julian.
Okay, we were shooting behind the scenes for Midland in Austin. Can you guess? It was with Colin. We were in Austin. Okay.
Oh, but that's like a thing. Were you in Texas?
We were in Austin. So, but
I know people do it.
I still wasn't comfortable, but it was like, we were going to one of their houses to drop some stuff off, and then we were going to go out.
How fast did you go?
No more than 25.
25 is still too fast.
No more. We were going on Congress. It wasn't like a highway. It's like a.
Is it illegal in Texas?
Probably, but I think it's one of those laws where it's like illegal, but also like we're not going to really.
I know. I
arrest
see
you
people
or
that
ticket
like
you for
put
it.
their dogs in the back of an open.
I've seen that a
truck
lot
bed.
actually, with like big dogs. But
I feel like the laws regarding dogs in cars are very like not clear. Are there? I know in other. I think in the UK.
I don't know them.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I read the other day that if a dog is in your car in somewhere.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And you get in an accident and the dog gets hurt or something, it negates your insurance
So
for certain types of accidents. So it's basically like if there's a dog loose in the car, we're not going to cover you if you get in an accident. You need to make sure that your dog is safe and that.
is it dogs or babies?
Oh my God!
No,
it's
no,
dogs.
I thought I saw that same story about babies.
No.
Okay, it was dogs. Okay, just making sure. Okay.
It's basically, I think the idea behind it is if your dog's loose and running around in your car, it's probably a distraction. So we're not going to cover you if you get in an accident.
I did read that. Yes, I remember that.
But it's not like
That's in the
you
UK.
need to have your dog restrained in a certain way in your car.
But
like,
that's the
in
only
United States.
that's the only law of that sort I've ever heard of.
Yeah, but I'm not like brushed up on fucking.
But I think just the everyday person knows laws without
'Cause
being a lawyer.
We
Like
see people with dogs loose in their car, people with dogs in the back of their pickup trucks,
Yeah.
people with dogs wherever.
people with dogs who are like very aggressively putting their heads all the way out the back window
makes me so
while they're going really
nervous.
fast, and I'm just like, do you like really trust that dog or something?
So nervous.
Yeah. So I don't know. I
My
think
best
that
friend Jackie, her dog Bebe, would like it was her happy place to jam her whole head out the window and bark into the air. And my favorite was when we would go into the tunnels,
Yeah.
and she would hear her own bark. So whenever we would go in the tunnel, she would "Arr, arr, 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 arr," and it's fucking echoing in the tunnel. She loved it.
Dogs are the best,
She was
dude.
a good dog.
dogs are the best.
What are you barking at? Just the wind rushing
bork,
in her
bork,
face.
bork.
Bork, bork, bork.
If Marble could reach that high, he would do the same fucking thing.
No, he likes to relax in the car. He's a good boy.
He does not like to relax in the
He
car.
relaxes in the car.
He makes noises that a chimpanzee makes when we're
He's
pulling
a
up to the
good
dog
boy.
park or a walk.
Oh, but that's when we're there because he's excited. But
Yeah,
while
but-
we're driving, he's the good boy.
Fair
But
enough.
they have a car seat.
They do. Peach makes me nervous sometimes because she'll leap out of her car seat and put her hands on my left shoulder while I'm driving, and she'll just appear next to me.
That's because we need to shorten her.
Yeah, she's got a long leash on that harness, but yeah. Cheers, friend.
Cheers, friend.
Well, happy Aries season to all of you guys. We'll be back with another Aries season podcast for like a whole month, baby. It's just getting
Oh
started.
boy. I need a car seat for Aries season, please.
Just like in the house.
Yeah.
Turn you into a bubble boy, like put you in the.
Yes, please.
We should go on our first date sometime. Anyway,
Maybe.
thank you guys for listening to the
Maybe.
podcast. Maybe? Oh, did I just get denied? Or
No, you got friend zoned.
I know, but oh, damn. Okay, fair enough. Well, pray for me. I'm in the friend zone. We'll see
Pray
you
for
guys.
me, it's Aries season.
We'll see you guys next week. Be loud and be proud. It's Aries season. Bye.